Good afternoon and welcome to another production on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Today's contest will feature the Grambling State Tigers taking on the Prairie A&M Panthers. Serving the community since 2002, we are proud to be the voice of the student athletes. I am Philip Prince, and I will be presenting today's coverage here of Game 1 of a 3-game series between the Grambling State Tigers and the Prairie A&M Panthers. Today's broadcast would not be possible without the support of our following sponsors: the Prairie Athletic Club, serving student athletes since 1986. For more information on how to become a member, dial 936-857-5817 and ask for Greg Austin. The Panther Backers, serving student athletes since 1995. For more information on how to become a member, contact Dino Robinson at 713-417-2090. And the Temple of Refuge Ministries, listen live each and every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time by dialing 857-777-0000. Building the kingdom one soul at a time. We're going to step away for a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be giving you today's starting lineup and the starting pitchers for Game 1 here on the Hill in Prairie, Texas. My August and Tuesday, Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to Tankersley Field here for Game 1 between Grambling State and the Prairie A&M Panthers. And we're about 10 minutes until first pitch, and we're going to get things started here by breaking down today's starting lineup. First, starting off with the Grambling State Tigers leading off for the Tigers, playing left field. Wearing number 2 will be Tiger Borum. Borum comes in batting a .343 in conference play. Batting second, wearing number 6, playing third base, will be Cameron Buford. Buford comes in with a .429 average in conference play. Batting third for the Tigers will be number 7, Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker comes in batting a .324 in conference. Batting fourth for the Tigers, wearing number 21, it's going to be Ashton Eamon. Eamon will be playing first base and comes in batting .361 in conference play. Batting fifth for the Tigers, playing right field, will be number 0, Jalen Bennett. And Jalen Bennett comes in batting .333 in conference play. Batting 6, the designated hitter for today's contest, batting .625 in conference play right now, will be number 10, Julian Murphy. 6'2", the 6'2" senior out of Jackson, Mississippi. And batting 7th for the Grambling State Tigers, playing shortstop, will be number 13, Jose Vargas. Jose Vargas comes in batting with a .333 batting average in conference play so far. Batting 8th for the Tigers, playing catcher, will be number 1 number 28 will be Chris Marcellus, the 5'9" sophomore out of Roulette, Texas. Then, batting 9th, playing center field, will be number 1, Martavius Thomas, the freshman out of Camden, Arkansas. And getting the nod for the Grambling State Tigers for today for Game 1 will be number 5, Mason Martinez. Mason Martinez comes in with a 3-0 record in conference play so far, with a 5.06 ERA, 1.28 WHIP. Started and appeared in 3 games yet so far, and does have 1 complete game in conference play. And now, the starting lineup for the home team, Prairie A&M Panthers. Leading off for the Panthers playing right field, number 44, Michael Smith. Batting second, playing center field, wearing number 16 will be Garrison Wise. Playing left field, wearing number 18 will be Michael Buros. Playing first base and hitting in the cleanup spot will be number 26, Marshall Jonas. Batting 5, the DH hitter for the Panthers will be number 24, Tyron Norris. Batting 6, playing second base will be, batting 6, playing shortstop will be Mr. Allen Jr. I think I got that next batched up. Well, that's correct. Yeah, Allen Jr. is going to be playing second base for today. Usually he's the shortstop for the Panthers. And batting 7th for the Panthers, playing third base, number 23, Garland Parker. Catching for the Panthers today will be number 33, Mr. Layton Derek Latham Jr. And then batting 9 home for the Panthers, playing shortstop today, will be number 6, or number 7, it should be Isaac Gavilia. And today's starter for the Panthers is going to be Michael Dews. Michael Dews is getting his 4th appearance in today's contest. Today, he's trying to get his 2nd win in the conference play right now. The Panthers come in riding a 5-game losing streak right now, while the Grambling State Tigers come in on a 2-game losing streak right now. So both teams are trying to turn things around into the winning woes, would you say? As we get set here, managers are making their way out to home plate for the manager's meeting. So we're going to step away and take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be back with first pitch here in Game 1 at Tankersley Field between the Grambling State Tigers and the Prairie A&M University Panthers. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, as both teams' starting lineups just got announced. As we're getting set here to get ready for Game 1. Again, the starter today for the Panthers will be number 41, Michael Dews. Michael Dews comes in with a 9 ERA. It's 9.00 ERA with a 1-1 overall record in conference play with 16 innings pitches, giving up 23 hits, 20 runs, 16 of those being earned, walked 4, striking out 18. And opponents have 33 batting average against Mr. Dews. Starting conference, so Mr. Dews trying to see if he can shut down these Tigers who've lately been putting up some good runs over the past 3 games. Tigers, let's say 5 games. The Tigers been able to put up 15 runs. But today the Tigers coming in with an overall record of 10-16, with a 7-1 conference record. They're 4-1 at home, 4-9 on the road. And the home team, Panthers, coming in, the record of 13-19 overall, and a record of 4-5 here in conference play, as Mr. Derek Lapp does throw down to second base We're set to get this contest underway. First pitch is set to here go. Clear skies here in Prairie View, Texas. About 82 degrees. Sunny here. First pitch from Michael Dewes is going to be outside, taken for a ball. First pitch at 3:06. Leading off for the Tigers is number 2, the left fielder, Tiger Borum. And Borum takes another one. So quickly ahead in the count is Borum. By count 2 balls and no strikes. Michael Dewes, right-handed, working from the stretch. 3-0 pitch. 2-0 pitches in for call striking at the knees. So with the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. $10-mile-an-hour wind right now. So going from the southeast, as next pitch from Dewes is going to be called strike 2 at the knees inside. So quickly the count is evened up back now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Michael Dewes ready to set, gets this one. This one going to be fouled off. Out play.
Foul ball.
Left side. So go back to work here. Dewes ready to go now. 2-2 pitch is going to be a ground ball that's hit foul to the right side now. Count's going to stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 8th pitch, this at bat here is going to be taken up high. Breaking ball that got away from Dewes. So now the count is full to the Tigers' leadoff batter. Dewes set, kicks, and fires. This one's going to be hit up into the air in play, but in foul territory. On to making a run on it. Was trying to make the overhead catch. Mr. Garland Parker. And that was going to fall down in the foul territory. He's going to go back and do this again. It's like Mr. Burrows probably could have caught off Mr. Parker, who had the tougher angle on the foul ball. But nevertheless, it gives new life to the Tigers' left fielder. So now, count will stay full. The full count pitch is going to be offering. That's going to be hit out to Mr. Burrows. Burrows is running back to the warning track, and he's going to be able to make this catch. I like the ball. Lay was going to take a chance to get out of here, but the wind died it down, and Mr. Burrows was able to go make the catch at the warning track to get the first out in today's contest. So now I'll bring up the third baseman for Tigers. That is Mr. Cameron Buford, and Buford goes first pitch swinging. He's going to fly out to the right fielder, Mr. Smith.
Second baseman, number 7.
So now
Kyle Walker.
It's going to bring up the second baseman, number 7, Kyle Walker. So 11 pitches, 2 outs here in the top of the first inning for Michael Dewes, and his first pitch is a called ball by the home plate umpire. So it looked pretty good from here, but like it's just a bit inside. So now Dewes down the count, and his next offer is going to be called a strike in at the knee. So it's going to even up the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike to 1 ball and 1 strike to Mr. Kyle Walker. Dewes is going to be a ground ball hitting the 5-6 on making a diving play. Is Garland Parker who gets up and throws. This is going to be called out at first base. A bang play. Nice play by Garland Parker, diving to left
Into the top of the first.
and getting up quickly to make out the speedy Kyle Walker.
Your score, Grambling State 0.
So now
Prairie View 0.
it's going to take us to the bottom of the first inning. No hits, no runs, no errors, and no runners left off on base for the Tigers. And now the Panthers going to try to see if they can capitalize off that outstanding play by Mr. Garland Parker. Just feel off that momentum, that energy, and try to see if they can at least win this inning. Coming up for the Panthers will be 1, 2, 3, and that is Mr. Michael Smith, the right fielder, Garrison Wise, the center fielder, and Michael Bureaus, number 18. The starter today for the Tigers is number 5. That is Mason Martinez. The right-hander, 6 foot, 170 pound senior out of Amarillo, Texas. So far, it's been out to an outstanding start in the conference, looking to get his 4th win, coming in with a 3-0 record. Defensively for the Tigers, playing first base, number 21. That is Ashton Edmonds. Second base, number 7, Kyle Walker. Shortstop, number 13, Jose Vargas. And playing third base, number 6, Cameron Buford. In the outfield,
first at bat for the Panthers, right fielder, 44, Michael Smith.
Tiger Bone. Playing left center field is number 1, Martavius Thomas. And in right field for the Tigers is number 0, Jalen Bennett. So up now is number 44, Michael Smith, and he takes first pitch away for ball 1. Now, next pitch is taken. Now, Michael Smith is ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Martinez's next offer is going to be taken inside by Smith. So now, Smith is ahead in the count now, 3 balls and no strikes. Martinez's 3-0 offering is going to be called a strike on the outside corner. So now make the count 3 balls and 1 strike now to the Panthers leadoff hitter. And he's going to hit that chopper. That's going to be caught by Jose Vargas. Mr. Jose Vargas going to get this one and throw it over to first baseman Eamon.
Center fielder, number 16.
That's going to be a 6-3 put out. So now it's going to bring up the center fielder, Garrison Wise. Martinez, first pitch, as Garrison Wise squared around for a bunt. Didn't make any contact, so called a strike anyways. So now Martinez working quickly now. Set, kicks, fires, and this one's going to be taken outside by Mr. Wise. Make the count now 1 ball and 1 strike now to the Panthers center fielder. Wise takes Martinez's next offering, lowering her weight. 2 balls and 1 strike now to the center fielder. Comes in with a .333 batting average in the conference play. Garrison Wise is going to take another strike now. Martinez is hitting an outside corner consistently right now. Now make the count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes now, and this next one misses low. Make the count full now to Mr. Garrison Wise. Right-hander batter takes a swing. This one will be hit over to Mr. Jose Vargas once again. He gets it, sets, and throws out Mr. Wise for the 6-3 put out.
Now coming to the plate for the Panthers.
Now,
batting third, left fielder, number 18.
It's going to bring
Michael Burrows.
Mr. Michael Burrows now. Mr. Burrows comes in batting .440 in conference play with 1 home run and 9 RBIs. Burrows' first offering from Martinez is taken low and away for ball 1. Mr. Martinez's 13th pitch is going to be a chopper. That's going to be up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit for Mr. Burrows.
Now coming to the plate.
So now it's going to bring up
first baseman,
Marshall Jonas. Marshall Jonas comes in batting .292 in conference play with 1 home run and 9 RBIs as well. So now, a small lead, Mr. Martinez is going to throw over just to keep Mr. Burrows honest. Mr. Burrows didn't have a big lead. Didn't seem like he was showing any threat of taking off. So now, Martinez comes set. And Mr. Jonas is going to take this one high. In for ball 1 from Mr. Martinez. Working from the stretch. Comes set, kicks, fires. This one's going to be fouled away. Third base dugout. Make the count now. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Martinez's next offering is going to be called a strike on the outside corner. Make the count now. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Panthers. First baseman Jonas takes a hack at one, but this is going to be fouled straight back. Count will remain now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jonas is trying to see if he can keep this bottom half of the inning alive. Martinez comes set, kicks, and this one's going to be a loop fouled off again. Mr. Jonas is just trying to stay alive here. This is the 18th pitch coming up for Mr. Martinez. And it's going to be a breaking ball that's taken outside. Even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're going to see if Mr. Burrows decides to get an early jump here. And he does not. The next one's going to be an offering taken just low. Mr. Martinez and the Grambling Tigers thought they might have got Mr. Burrows at the knees, but a bit too low. So now the full count offering is on the run, but this is going to be ball 4. So now that's going to bring up the designated hitter, number 24, Tyron Norris. Tyron Norris comes in batting .333 in conference play. No home runs, 1 RBI, 1 extra base hit. So Martinez working from the stretch. First offering is taken outside for ball 1. Runners at first and second here in the bottom half of the first inning for the Panthers. The Panthers are trying to see if they can just keep this inning alive and add on to the damage here. Next one's going to be a little small blooper that might get through, and it's not going to have a play here. Jose Vargas did a nice job of just getting to the ball. It was a slow dribbler up the middle. Didn't have a play at second and had a tough play trying to throw out Mr. Tyron Norris. So that's going to be an infield hit for Mr. Norris. So now we got the bases loaded here in the bottom of the first. It's going to bring up now the second baseman, Mr. Lee Allen Jr. And Mr. Allen Jr. takes his first strike in. Mr. Allen comes in batting .174 in conference play. Next offering is taken down low and away. Make the count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Norris at first. Jonas at second. Euros at third. Martinez working from this windup now. This next one is going to miss high. Now make the count now. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Next offering from Martinez is missing low. So now it's going to make it 3 balls and 1 strike. And Mr. Kyle Walker wants to take a time and go talk to his star and kind of settle him down here. Now, as a first mound visit for the Tigers, and then you have 4 left. So now, Martinez is set to go, and this next one's going to be in for strike. So now, Mr. Allen threw the bat, thought it was too low, thought it was ball 4. So he has to retrieve his bat now. So now makes the count full. The runners will be on the go, working from the stretch. And this one's going to be a ball chopped up the middle, and that might get through. But having a tough play is going to be Mr. Jose Vargas, and that's going to come around and score 2. So he was another small dribble that was hit up the middle.
Third baseman, number 23.
Mr. Allen was going to beat it out and to score 1 runner, but the throwing error is going to score Mr. Jonas from second. So now Grambling wants to talk things over here. It's going to be another time here. So already now, 2 little dribblers hit up the middle. And the Panthers hustling them out to not give Jose Vargas a chance of throwing them out. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, these are tough plays to make. Rolling up the middle, traveling to your left, throw against your body. It's not an easy play, and Jose Vargas was at least accurate on the throw, but just not in time. So now, this next one's going to be a line drive, first pitch swinging. Is going to be caught by the second baseman, Kyle Walker, and that was Mr. Garland Parker lining out there. So that's going to take us to the top of the second inning. The Panthers get 2 runs off 3 hits. No errors.
Your score.
2 runners
GSU,
left on base.
0. PVU.
So we're going to step away, and when we come back, we'll be back for the second inning. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to the top of the second inning. Leading off for the Tigers, first baseman number 21, Ashton Inman.
Not back for the Tigers. First baseman number 21, Ashton Inman.
Tigers coming in wearing the black uniforms with white pants with the yellow thin stripe on the side as Dew's first pitch misses low and away, it seems like, for ball 1. Next one's going to be inside now for ball 2. So now Dew's down here to Mr. Inman. Next one's going to be hit high up in the air. Looks like Mr. Burroughs is going to call off everybody making a tough play, but diving, couldn't come to it. Looks like Garrison Wise probably could have called off Mr. Burroughs because it looked like the wind kept taking the ball and traveling away from Mr. Burrows to where he had to dive for it, but was unable to come away with the catch. So Mr. Inman will have a base hit there. So now it's going to bring up the right fielder, number 0, Jalen Bennett. Jalen Bennett takes Mr. Dew's first offering low on the way for ball 1. Small lead for Mr. Inman at first base, working from the stretch is Deuce. Comes, sets, kicks, fires. Someone's going to be taken high in for ball number 2 now to the Tigers. Right fielder on deck for the Tigers, the designated here, Mr. Julian Murphy. As Mr. Dew's next offering is in for a strike. So now make the count now. 2 balls and a strike now. Deuce checks over on Eamon. Comes, sets, kicks, fires, and he gets a hefty swing and a miss out of Bennett. Now it's going to even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuce trying to see if he can get the old reliable 6-4-3 pitch here. And this next breaking ball pitch is going to miss low in the dirt. Now it's going to make the count full now to Mr. Bennett. Dude's next one's going to be a called strike 3 on the outside corner.
Now coming to the plate.
So Mr. Bennett
Julian Murphy
is going to go down on strikes looking for the first out here in the top of the second inning. Deuce comes set. Breaking ball is going to miss away. Make the count now. 1 ball and no strikes. 2. The designated hitter, Julian Murphy. Julian Murphy batted from the right hand side and just going to foul this one straight back. Even up the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Deuce looks over at Eamon at first base. Comes set, kicks, fires, and gets another swing and a miss at the breaking ball pitch. Had Mr. Murphy out in front. So now it's going to have the count now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Deuce checks. Pick off a tip. Check on Mr. Eamon. Joe just throws the ball back. Now Deuce comes set. Glances over. Gonna kick and fire. He's gonna get a swing and a miss at the breaking ball pitch to retire Mr. Murphy. So quickly he gets his second strikeout in the game and his second out in this inning. So now it's going to bring up the left-hand hitting shortstop, Jose Vargas. Jose Vargas takes the first pitch from Mr. Dewes in for a strike. Kind of see Mr. Dewes is trying to settle his way in this game. Trying to see if he can go a good length amount of the distance in today's contest. Try to preserve having to tap into that bullpen early for Mr. Antoine Wiggins as Mr. Jose Vargas is going to take this pitch the other way into left field and hits successfully for a base hit.
Catcher number 28.
So now it's going to advance Mr. Eamon to second. Vargas is at first, and now it's going to bring up the catcher for the Tigers. And that is number 28, Chris Marcellus. Marcellus batting from the right-hand side, dudes. Working from the stretch. Comes set, kicks, fires a breaking ball that's going to miss him. Out in the other batter's box for ball 1. Dudes now takes a look at the pitching chart, how they want to attack the Tigers here. Comes set, kicks, and gets a ground ball that's going to hit to Mr. Davila at shortstop. He's going to flip this over to Mr. Lee Allen. That's going to retire the Tigers here. In the second, they get 2 hits. No runs. 2 runners left on base. And no errors. On to the bottom of the second inning. Here at Technically Field, the Panthers on top by a score of 2-0. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, here in the bottom half of the second inning. Going to bring up the catcher now for the Panthers. Number 33, Derek Lathan Jr. And Mr. Jr. takes first pitch from Mr. Martinez in for a strike. This next one's going to be taken low and away. It's going to end up the count now at 1 ball, 1 strike. Jerry Lathan come in batting in the 8th hole for the Panthers as he takes Mr. Martinez next off and low and away to make the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. This next one's going to be foul. Even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Martinez trying to see if he can have a better half inning. This one went last inning, gave pitching, throwing 29 pitches, giving up 2 runs as this next offer is going to be fouled away. Keep the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Martinez comes, sets, kicks, fires, comes up short, hops to the catcher. So now it's going to make the count full now to the Panthers catcher. Martinez is going to get a chopper that's going to be hit to Mr. Buford. Mr. Buford is going to throw this over to Mr. Eamon. He's going to be able to retire.
Shortstop, number 7.
Mr. Left for the 5-3 putout. So now it's going to bring up the Panthers shortstop, Isaac Davila. Panthers coming in wearing all white today here in game 1. Mr. Davila goes first pitch swinging as they're saying it's a foul ball. Don't know if
next at bat for the Panthers.
The ball fouled off of Mr. Davila while he was still in his batter's box. So Mr. Graham, the head coach for the Tigers, Mr. Pierre, Gavin Pierre is giving the third base umpire a bit of a chewing right there and disagreeing with the call. Nevertheless, it is a foul ball, but now quickly here is Davila down the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Now takes his next one in for ball. Make the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And this is way now. Make the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes now 2. The Panthers shortstop working on the windup is Martinez. Martinez's delivery comes up short. Misses. Now it's going to make the count now full. Martinez comes set, gets another ground ball hit to Buford. Buford takes it and chunks it over to Mr. Eamon to retire away. Mr. DeVilla on the 5-3 putout once again. So now it's going to bring up
right fielder, number 44.
The right fielder,
Michael Smith.
Michael Smith is 0 for 1 on the day so far. Grounded out to shortstop. His first AB. So now Martinez is trying to find that groove at his first pitch strike to Mr. Smith. Comes set, tried to paint the outside corner, but just missing outside. Make the count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Next one kind of got away from Mr. Martinez. He slipped after the delivery. Now I'll make the count now. 2 balls and a strike now. Smith trying to see him pick up his first hit in today's contest, and he takes this next offering from Martinez. That's going to miss high. 3 balls and a strike now. So next one's going to be off the end of the bat, hit to Mr. Jose Vargas at shortstop once again. They're trying to say Mr. Eamon was off the bag at first base. So it's going to be an E3.
Number 16, Garrison Wise.
So now it's going to bring up the center fielder, Garrison Wise. Garrison Wise is 0 for 1 on the day, as Mr. Pierre wants to come out and talk things over the last call, as they're disagreeing if Mr. Eamon came off the bag at first base, which would have ended the inning. So the umpires come together, and the call is going to remain as standard on the field, as Mr. Smith will be safe at first on the error. So now it's going to bring up the center fielder, Garrison Wise. Mr. Smith is on the run, and Garrison Wise slowing down the bunt. He's going to throw this one over to Mr. Eamon, and that's going to retire Mr. Wise. So Mr. Wise tried to lay down the bunt to catch off Grambling, but nice athletic play by Martinez to come away with a putout. So not the design hit and run that you typically see.
There were no runs, 1 hit, no errors.
So now
left on base.
That's going to take us to
Grambling State 0.
the top of
2.
the 3rd inning. Panthers get no hits, no runs, off of 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. And that's going to take us to the top of the 3rd. Due up for the Tigers will be 9-1-2. When we come back, you are listening to the Open Mind Broadcast Network here in Technically Field, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Now leading off for the Tigers here in the top of the 3rd inning will be Martavius Thomas. Martavius Thomas batting from the left-hand side. Wearing number 1, 5'9" freshman out of Camden, Arkansas. McAdoo's offering comes in and even up the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Panthers Dew lead right now by a score of 2-0. As the next offering from Dews is in for a strike now. Make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dews comes set, kicks. Breaking ball is going to be dropped in for the 3rd strikeout of the day.
Next at bat, number 2.
So Mr. Thomas is going to go down on strikes looking for the first out here in the 3rd inning. Now to bring up the leadoff hitter, flied out to left field, his first AB in the 1st, as he takes a strike 1, Mr. Tiger Broom. Broom batting from the left-hand side. Playing number 2. Next one is a swing and a miss at the breaking ball. Make the count now. No balls and 2 strikes now. Kind of see Mr. Dews has settled here in this contest quickly now. 6 pitches here. Trying to see if he can get the second win. He does get the second out here with another strikeout. So picks up his 4th strikeout here in the contest.
Now coming to the plate.
2nd strikeout here in this inning. 7 pitches and already 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. Mr. Dews is kind of finding himself kind of grooving now. His first pitch is going to be taken low to the 3rd baseman, Cameron Buford. Cameron Buford flied out to right field, his first AB. Next one is taken low. Make the count now, 2 balls and no strikes. Mr. Dews steps off the rubber, get himself back together, now steps on. Comes set, kicks, fires, and gets a hefty swing and a miss out of Cameron Buford. Make the count now, 2 balls and a strike now. Hands are up high for Mr. Buford as he gets this next one chopped foul in the way. Even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Mr. Dews is trying to see if he can pick up his 3rd strikeout here in this inning. This one's going to be a ball that's hit to right field. This one's going to get over Mr. Smith's head. And that's going to clear the wall on a line drive home run by Mr. Buford. So Mr. Buford touches them all and cuts down that lead now. Making the score now 2-1 here in the top of the 3rd. So Mr. Buford being a good 2-strike hitter.
Number 7.
Taking that pitch the other way. Right over the 370 wall. In right field. So now it's going to bring up the 2nd baseman who comes up. First pitch swinging. Fouls that ball off 3rd base dugout. So now seems like Mr. Dews is finding his way, getting settled in, about to have another quick 1-2-3 inning. Going to face his 4th batter here, and he misses high and inside to Mr. Walker. Make the count even now at 1 ball and a strike. Mr. Dews offers another breaking ball to Mr. Walker. Had him out in front in the head. Now make the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mr. Walker takes Mr. Dews' ball that spiked on him. Make the count now even it, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Clear skies here In Prairie, Texas, beautiful weather. Wind not too much of an impact, but it is blowing 10 miles per hour southeast as his next pitch is going to be a strike 3 swinging. And Mr. Deuce picks up his 5th strikeout in this contest. But the Grambling State Tigers do pick up 1 run off 1 hit and no others. Excuse me, 1 hit, 1 runs, no errors, and no runners left on base.
Your score.
On we go to the bottom of the 3rd. The Panthers on top by a score of 2-1 here. And game 1 between Grambling State Tigers and the Prairie Indian University Panthers. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Bring up the 3, 4, and 5 for the Panthers. Remind you that the bottom half of the inning is brought to you by the Prairie Athletic Club, serving student athletes since 1986. For more information, have to come in. Dial 936-857-5817. That's from Mr. Greg Austin. So now coming up to the bat, to the plate will be left fielder Mr. Michael Burrows. And he first pitch swinging, fouled this one off. Now Martinez working ahead of the count, works quickly, gets another one that's going to be fouled off to the right side, out of play. So now Martinez is working ahead quickly in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes now to the Panthers left fielder. Next one is going to be missed just outside. I'll make the count. Ball and 2 strikes. And Mr. Martinez is going to retire. Mr. Burrows down on strike swinging. Couldn't come. Had him out in front on the breaking ball. Setting fastball right there. So now it's going to break up Marshall Jonas. Marshall Jonas fouls this one straight back. Out of play for strike number 1. Next pitch from Martinez misses low and away for 1 ball and 1 strike. This next one misses low. Make the count now 2 balls and a strike now to Mr. Jonas. Mr. Jonas walked his first AB. Next one going to hit out to the right, to the center fielder, making a play on it is number 1, Martavius Thomas. And Martavius Thomas,
number 24,
nice job of tracking the ball. Thought for a second he was going to get down in the gap. Mr. Thomas did a nice job running and tracking that ball down and making the catch at the warning track. Thought Mr. Jonas got a hold of one just for a second. Now we'll bring up Tyron Norris, and Tyron Norris now looks at a 1-1 count. Next offering from Martinez is going to miss. Down. Make the count now 2 balls and a strike now to the Panthers designated hitter. Tyron Norris singled his first AB as Tyron Norris puts a crack in this one. This was going straight back at Mr. Williams to Mr. Thomas. Gonna go track this one down for a second. Looks like Mr. Norris almost touched them all again, but that wind is going straight in here in Technical Field. So now we're going to take us to the top of the fourth inning.
At the bottom of the third for the Panthers. With no runs.
No runs.
No hits, no errors.
No hits and no errors and no runners left on base.
Grambling State, 1. Prairie, they ain't done.
Only go to the top of the fourth. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Here to Tankersley Field with the Panthers right now on top by a score of 2-1 over the Grambling State Tigers. Due up here in the top of the fourth inning for the Tigers will be the 4-5-6. Leading off, first baseman number 21, Ashton Inman. And Inman takes his Mr. Dew's first pitch for a ball. Inman singled on a ball that dropped in the left center field for a base hit out of the glove, or diving glove of Burroughs, I should say. So Inman takes a swing at that one now. Now he's quickly down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Dew's working fast. And that next one's going to miss high and outside. Eat up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes on deck for Tigers. Right fielder, Mr. Bennett, and Mr. Inman. Inman's going to ground this ball out to Mr. Jonas, and Mr. Jonas is going to be able to field and just retire. He'll go step on the bag himself, Mr. Inman. So that's the 3 unassisted. So now it's going to bring up the right fielder, Martavius Thomas. I'm sorry, Jalen Bennett. My apologies. Mr. Bennett struck out looking his first AB. He's first pitch swinging here. Foul it away for strike number 1. Nice turnout here at Tankersley Field right now. Here for game 1 between these 2 teams, or colleges, I should say. As Mr. Dew's next one is going to miss for a ball, even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And this one's going to be hit to Garland Parking Field. Takes a look and throws it over to Jonas to retire Mr. Bennett on a 5-3 put out.
Number 10.
So now it's going to bring up the designated hitter, Julian Murphy. Julian Murphy struck out swinging his first AB. Now quickly 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning, and Julian, his first pitch swing is going to take this one the other way, right in the 43 hole.
Now coming to the plate, shortstop number 13, Jose Vargas.
Now it's going to bring up the shortstop, Jose Vargas. Jose Vargas, he got on base safely his first AB. Batting from the left-hand side, takes a breaking ball, shaking his head, didn't think it was a strike, but it is a strike anyways. Now Dew's working from the stretch. Small lead over there at first base for Mr. Julian. Mr. Dew's next pitch is in. He's going to catch the corner. Had Vargas backing off the plate, but it did nip the corner for strike number 2. So now quickly down to the count is Mr. Vargas. And Mr. Vargas is going to be down on strikes. And that's going to take us to the bottom of the fourth inning. Grambling State Tigers, no runs off one hit, no errors, and one runner left on base. On we go to the bottom of the fourth. You are listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, The Voice of Student Athletics. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Leading off for the Panthers will be the second baseman, number 2, Lee Allen Jr. Lee Allen got on safely, reached on with a single, his first AB. So now he takes first pitch for a ball. And next one he takes in for a strike, even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Allen batting from the right-hand side, takes this one, going to hit the other side. Diving to the right was Mr. Walker, but couldn't come up away with it. And Mr. Allen's going to have his second hit of the day.
Third baseman, number 23, Garland Parker.
So now it's going to bring up the third baseman, number 23, Garland Parker. And Garland Parker lined out to Mr. Kyle Walker, his first AB, as Martinez is going to check over at first on Mr. Allen. We have a time stoppage in the play. Mr. Allen trying to adjust his equipment. Now, Panthers are trying to see if they can get that run back that was given up in the third inning. So now Garland Parker squares around for one. This is going to be down the first base line. And Mr. Martinez is just going to get it and retire Mr. Parker on the sacrifice bunt. But Mr. Allen will advance to second base. So now it's going to bring up the catcher, number 33, Derek Lathan Jr. He grounded out to third base, his first AB. Trying to see if he can come through a single, can score. Mr. Allen from second does have decent speed, as Mr. Martinez wants to throw over to second. Just to keep Mr. Allen honest and make sure doesn't get too big of a lead. Working from the stretch, checks over, second baseman gets away. This one's going to be, ball that's hit to the right side. It might be fair, and it's going to be foul. That one would have dropped in fair. That one definitely for sure scored Allen. Looked like the big boy could have been in with the stand-up double. But nevertheless, it's going to be a foul ball. So now make the count, no balls. And 1 strike now to the Panthers catcher. One out here in the bottom of the fourth. Martinez comes set, kicks, fires in for another strike. Now down in the count now quickly is Mr. Lathan. No balls and 2 strikes. And Mr. Lee Allen's on the run, and he's going to be in safely as Mr. Lathan is going to go down on strikes.
Next at bat for the Panthers, at shortstop, number 7, Isaac.
It's going to be the second out in this inning, and Mr. Martinez picks up his second strikeout in this contest. So now it's going to bring up the 9-hole hitter, shortstop, number 7, Isaac Davila, and Davila takes Mr. Martinez's pitch low and away for ball number 1. So Mr. Allen will advance to third base on the stolen base as Mr. Martinez slips here after his delivery. He seems to be all right. So now make the count. 1 ball and no strikes. Next one misses, low and away. Correction, now the count is 3 balls and no strikes. Next one Looks like DeVilla was taking all the way, thought it was going to be a strike, but it missed high and inside. So DeVilla will be awarded first base with the walk. So now it's going to take us back to the top of the lineup for the Panthers to bring up number 44, the left fielder, Michael Smith. Michael Smith is 0 for 2 on the day. Reached on due by an error. This ball's going to be getting away as DeVilla is going to advance on the pass throw as the catcher Marcellus was probably best off keeping that one instead of throwing down to second to try to get DeVilla. But DeVilla's going to advance to second off the pass ball. And Michael Smith's going to hit this, going to hit off the foot of Martinez. Kicked it properly. If that one would have got away, Jose Vargas probably would have returned. Retired away, Mr. Smith, but Mr. Smith is going to advance. Reach on safely with the single. So now Isaac DeVilla advances to third. So now the score is 3-1 here in the fourth. As on the run was Mr. Smith. This ball can be hit, popped up in the air, and making the play on it is Inman, and that's going to retire the Panthers. But the Panthers do pick up one run off of 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. On we go to the top of the 5th. You are listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the Panthers right now leading by a score of 3-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Due up for the Tigers will be the catcher, number 28, Chris Marcellus. Marcellus is 0 for 1 on the day. Hit to fielder's choice was a 6-4-3 out as Marcellus hits a crank in this one. It's going to go foul. That was in fair territory. Would have had a distance for the home run. But it's a long strike, number 1 to the catcher. So now Dudes trying to see if we have another quick inning here as he takes this pitch is going to miss low and away now to the Tigers catcher, even up the count out up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Breaking ball taken for ball number 2. No action in the Panthers bullpen. Looks like there's a little action going on right now in the Grambling State side. As Dude's next offering is taken low. Now make the count now. 3 balls and a strike now to Mr. Marcellus. Marcellus is take Mr. Dude's ball at the knees in for a strike. Make the count full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wind up kicks and breaking ball. Tried to backdoor him on the inside, but just missed. So Mr. Marcellus is going to advance on the walk. That's just Mr. Dude's first walk allowed here in contest. So far been able to keep the Tigers off the base paths, and now trying to see if he can get a ground ball here as the first pitch bunting was the center fielder Mr. Thomas, Thomas, struck out his first AB. So now, playing up a little bit, third base side is Mr. Garland Parker, as Mr. Dude's going to pick off at first base, but back in safely is Marcellus. So now Garland Parker is coming in a little bit just to take away the bunt, but Mr. Thomas right there wasn't showing any bunt around that one, but that ball missed high, giving up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Batting from the left-hand side. Small lead over there at first base for Marcellus. Now comes set, kicks, fires, and this is going to be fouled straight back. Make the count now at 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the Tigers center fielder. So far today, has made two tough catches, I should say, with the wind, with how much it impacted the ball. Thought for sure taking away 2 extra base hits and a home run for sure. Now he comes working here on the run. This Marcellus. His ball's going to miss outside. Miss a lady. Throw's not going to be in time, as Marcellus is going to reach second on the stolen base. So now it's going to even up the count here with 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Thomas. And you see if he wants to decide to square around a bunt here to try and get Marcellus over to third, but he does have 2 strikes on him, so I doubt. Still going to have a bunt sign here, and this next one is going to miss high and away. Make the count now 4 at 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck for the Tigers will be Tiger Borum. Borum is 0 for 2 for the day. So now, Dude steps off. Now looks at the pitching sleeve, and he's set to go. Comes set, fires, and this next one is going to miss outside for ball number 4. So quickly, back-to-back batters walk here in the top of the 5th, as Panthers pitching coach Mr. Happy Mason wants to go talk things over with his pitcher, kind of settling him down right now. No action, still in that Panthers bullpen, but just wants to settle him down right here. Right now, this is the most havoc so far that he's had to deal with. Go back to the 2nd inning. He did have 2 runners on base, but was able to get out of that one. Then only giving up the home run in the 3rd inning, but able to retire and get through these Grambling State Tigers lineup with no problem right now. But right now he's looking at runners at 1st and 2nd with no outs here in the top of the 5th with a 3-1 lead, and the Tigers are trying to cut into that deficit, if not trying to take the lead here in this top half of their inning. So the meeting adjourns now. Dudes come set, kicks, as Tiger was squaring around to show bunt his first attempt, but pulled back for ball number 1. So now it's going to bring the corners in, trying to see if they can maybe have a play at 3rd. So now Mr. Dude's next pitch misses. Low and inside. Make the count now 2 balls and a strike. Defensively, the Panthers kind of shifted a little bit to the right side in the outfield, and this next ball is going to be hit foul in the way. Garrison Wise is playing on the right side of second base due to the lefty Tiger Borum right now. big gap right now between him and left center field, so hopefully Panthers don't get burned right there. And the gap could be a stand-up triple as Mr. Boom gets a nice bunt down. He's going to beat this one out as Dudes was trying to come off the mound to cover it, but by the time he covered it, Mr. Boom was already past him and he didn't have a play to flip to him at first base. So Boom's going to advance safely on the infield hit by way of bunt, and that's going to low up the bases here. And it's going to bring up the third baseman, Mr. Cameron Buford. Mr. Buford homered his last AB to right field. Mr. Dudes pitches, misses outside for ball number 1. And right now, the Grambling State Tigers are threatening to knock on the door to do some damage for this inning. Working from the stretch is Dudes. Ball's going to miss just a bit low now. Make the count now. 2 balls and a strike now. Buford is responsible for the Tigers' only run for the day so far. He is 1 for 2. Dudes is trying to find his first out here in this inning as his next breaking ball is going to miss down. So now he's going to make the count 3 balls and a strike now. Going to see if Mr. Pierre gives this 2-hole hitter the green light here on this 3-0 count, and does not. He's just going to take strike 1. So now 3 balls and 1 strike. Mr. Buford can almost kind of just sit on 1 pitch right now. He's heading the count right now. Dudes come set, misses low for ball number 4, and that's going to bring in Marcellus from third. To third goes Mr. Thomas. To second, Mr. Brown. So now they're going to bring up the second baseman, Mr. Kyle Walker. So now Panthers only leading by a run now. Dudes come set, misses low. Quickly now down. 1-0 is Mr. Dudes. The Dudes come set, kick, and fires in. A ball is going to be hit up high, but it's going to be fouled straight back.
Foul ball.
So now, eating up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Dudes is just trying to pick up that first out right now. Dudes, next offering, 1-1, misses down. Make the count now, 2 balls and 1 strike on deck for Tigers. First baseman, Ashton Inman. Inman is 1 for 2 on the day. Michael Dudes comes set, kicks, fires, gets a chopper. Might have a play it at home, but he's going to just chunk this one over the first. The ball was kind of hit a little bit too softly, but he had a force out at home plate, but he decided to take the route all the way to first. But the Panthers do get their first out of the inning, but runners will advance a bag. So now Tiger advances to third. Buford to second. Pass ball, but not far enough for the runner to advance. And that one's going to miss for ball number 1. Now, up to bat, left-handed hitter, first baseman, number 21, Ashton Inman. So Deuce comes set, kicks and misses outside on the breaking ball. 2 balls and a strike. Now we got a tie ball game here in the top of the 5th inning. 1 out. Deuce's 1-1, 2-0 offerings hit up the middle, and they're going to send Burrow around from second, and he's going to score with ease. And Mr. Eamon comes through.
Next at bat
with the RBI.
Number 0.
2 RBI single. So now it's going to bring up the right fielder, Jalen Bennett. Jalen Bennett is 0 for 2 on the day. Grambling now leading by a score of 5-3. Panthers in double play. Depth up the middle. Deuce is a ground ball away from getting out of this tough 5th inning right now. Small lead for first base for Eamon. Deuce comes set, kicks. This ball's going to be fouled off the ankle of Bennett. He seems to be all right. He's going to walk it off. It's going to even up the count at 1 ball and a strike now. Panthers did have a 3-1 lead coming into the top of the 5th. But the Tigers were able to pick up 4 runs so far. Only 1 out here remaining here in the top of the 5th as Coach Pierre takes time out to go talk to Mr. Bennett to allow him to get his swing back in order. Now, home plate umpire. That was their first time. After marking and let it down, so now we're set and get ready to go here. 1-1 pitch now from Deuce to Bennett, and that one misses outside now. Make the count now, 2 balls and a strike. Small lead for Eamon at first. Deuce comes set. Kicks, fires. This ball's going to be hit out to right field. Trying to make a play on it, is making a play on it, is Mr. Michael Smith. And quickly gets that ball in. So Mr. Eamon doesn't advance. So now that's 2 outs here.
Number 10,
in the 5th inning. Now it's going to bring up the designated hitter, Julian Murphy. Julian Murphy is 1 for 2 on the day so far. Julian Murphy's first pitch swing is making a dive and play is Mr. Garland Parker, but Garland Parker able to make the throw from his knees, and nice stretch from Jonas to help Mr. Garland Parker to beat Mr. Julian just by a step to retire the Grambling Tigers. But the Tigers do pick up 4 runs off of 2 hits.
2 hits.
No errors.
And 1 left on base.
And 1 runner left on base. On we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Grambling State Tigers 5. The Prairie A&M Panthers 3. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, here to the bottom half of the 5th inning. This bottom half of the 5th inning is being brought to you by the Panther Backers, serving student athletes since 1995. So now it's going to bring up the Panthers left fielder, Michael Burrows. Burrows takes first pitch from Martinez for a ball. Martinez next offering to Burrows is going to miss. Short for ball number 2. Mr. Burrows takes one and hit this one over 2. Third baseman. That is Buford, but Buford's going to be able to retire away. Mr. Burrows on the 5-3 putout. So now it's going to bring up the first baseman, Marshall Jonas. So Jonas is 0 for 1 on the day so far. Does have a walk, his first AB. Jonas batting from the right-hand side. First pitch, swinging, gets another chopper to third base, and Buford sets, throws, and fires out Mr. Jonas for another 5-3 putout.
It cannot always be. Designated here number 24.
So quickly 3 pitches and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Now we'll bring up the designated hitter, Tyron Norris. Tyron Norris is 1 for 2. First pitch from Martinez is taken for a ball outside, as there is some action going on in the Panthers bullpen right now. As Martinez next 1-0 offering is taken in for a strike. Make the count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Check swing, but he did hold up, miss low. But now Marcellus decided to check over at first base, and he gets the call, so thought he held up, but he did not. So instead of a 2-1 count, it was a 1-2 count, but this next one's going to miss low and away. Eating up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 for Martinez. Gets the ball's going to be hit. Stopped by Buford, rolling to his right, and he's able to retire Mr. Tyron Norris. So all 3 outs
at the bottom of the 5th for the Panthers.
Mr. Buford.
There were no runs, no hits,
so no runs,
none on base.
No hits, no errors. 4.
Tigers 5.
The Panthers only go to the top of the 6th inning here. The Tigers on top by a score of 5-3. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics.
Shortstop number 13.
And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Here to Tankersley Field Stadium in Prairie View, Texas. We do have a new pitcher here now in the top of the 6th inning. Pitching for the Panthers will be number 12, Elijah Brendan, and Brendan's first pitch to Mr. Jose Vargas. First pitch swinging is foul, straight back for strike number 1. So Mr. Dew's day is done, as this ball's going to be hit to Mr. Allen at second base to retire.
Next at bat, pitcher number 28,
Jose Vargas for the first out in the 6th inning on the 4-3 putout. Now it's going to bring up the catcher, Mr. Chris Marcellus. Marcellus is 0 for 1 on the day. Takes Elijah Brendan's first offering low in the dirt for ball number 1. Next one is taken for ball number 2. 2-0 swinging is this one. This ball's going to be foul in territory, but ran out of real estate with the net. Would have been a tough play for Mr. Derrick, but this one's going to keep Mr. Marcellus alive. Make the count now with 2 balls and 1 strike. As this next one is in for a strike. Make the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the Tigers catcher. Breaking ball is going to drop in for strike number 3 now. So Marcellus goes down on strikes, looking for the second out.
Now coming to the plate.
Here in the top of the 6th. So now it's going to bring up the center fielder, Martavius Thomas. Thomas is 0 for 1 on the day with the walk and a run. Was able to score in that 5th inning. Elijah Brennan's first offering to Thomas misses low for ball number 1. Batting from the left-hand side is Thomas. Takes Mr. Brennan's 1-0 in for a strike to even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. The wind-up. Brennan off with a curve ball.
Foul ball.
Someone's going to foul into the Kirby's dugout for strike number 2. So Dew's line for this game was 5 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, 5 being earned, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, and giving up 1 home run in this contest. As the ball's going to be hit over to Isaac Davila, and Davila is going to be able to retire the speedy Thomas on a 6-3 putout. So Brennan's able to go 1-2-3 in his first work out of the bullpen to retire the Tigers, and that's going to take us to the bottom of the 6th
At the
inning.
end of the top of the 6th inning,
It's going to bring up
there were no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on base.
6, 7, and
Your
8
score,
hole hitter.
Grambling State, 5.
Grambling still on top by a score of 5 over the Prairie and Panthers 3. You are listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Leading off for the Panthers, the second baseman, number 2, Lee Allen. Mr. Lee Allen is 2 for 2 on the day with a stolen base. So Mr. Allen's trying to see if he can start this bottom half of the 6th inning for the Panthers, as he takes Mr. Martinez's first pitch in for a strike in at the knees. It's warming up right now for the Tigers. It's number 33, Miguel Baez, as this next one from Martinez is going to miss low. It's going to make the count now. 2 balls and a strike now to Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee goes, correction, there's a 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Mr. Lee goes down on strikes.
Third baseman for 23.
So now it's going to bring up the third baseman, Garland Parker. Garland Parker is 0 for 1 with the sacrifice, and he's first pitch swinging, hits a ground ball chopper over to third base, Mr. Buford. Mr. Buford's had himself a busy afternoon so far, able to retire away Garland Parker on the 5-3 putout. So now it's going to bring up the catcher, number 33, Derek Lathan. Derek Lathan is 0 for 2 on the day. Derek Lathan, his first pitch taken is for a strike. Martinez worked quickly now. Gets Lathan out in front, swinging for strike number 2. So now quickly down in the count is Lathan. No balls and 2 strikes. Martinez's next pitch is going to be strike number 3 taken.
At the bottom of the 6th for the Panthers, there were no runs, no hits, no errors.
Mr. Martinez,
your score,
able to pick
GSU,
up
5. PVU,
4 strikeout of the contest, and on we go to the top of the 7th. Panthers get no runs, no hits,
Baseball
no runners,
back in action on
no
Saturday, April
errors,
6th.
and no runners left on base. On we go to the top of the 7th. Grambling 5. Prairie View 3. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Here to the top of the 7th inning as Mr. Burma's first pitch bunting. And he's going to be in with another infield hit on the bunt. And him catching the Panthers off guard. They were just get this bunt successfully down the first base side.
Now coming to the plate.
Making where it's a tough play for the pitcher to come off the mound to make the play because Mr. Jonas is having to stay put at home just due to the speed from Brum. So Brum is on base for his second hit of the day. So this ball's going to be a wild pitch. It's going to get by Mr. Derek Lathan. And Mr. Brum is going to advance to second. So now it's going to bring up the third baseman, Cameron Buford. Buford is 1 for 2 on the day with a walk and a home run. Next one is taken in low in the dirt, blocked nicely by Lathan from keeping Mr. Brum at second. Now quickly down in the count. 2 balls and no strike. Brennan working from the stretch, comes set, kicks, fires in a strike. First strike going to hit the outside corner as Mr. Buford discussing with the home plate umpire to see if it really hit the outside corner. So yes sir, it does. So they're making 2 balls and a strike now to the Tigers' 2-hole hitter, and this next one is going to miss low below the knees. Make it 3 balls and a strike now. Elijah Brendan trying to see if he can have another clean inning of work here as his next offering 3-1 is in for a strike to make the count full. There is some stretching going on in the Panthers bullpen right now, but no throwing activities. As this next one is going to miss outside, so that full count pitch will award Mr. Buford first base for his second walk of the day, as there is some time as Mr. Lathan wants to go talk things over with Mr. Brendan. Still warming up over there in the Grambling State Tigers bullpen is number 33, Miguel Baez, 6'3", senior, out of the Dominican Republic. So now Mr. Pierre has his base runners and at batter right now, which would be the second baseman, number 7, Kyle Walker. So it makes you kind of think that if I'm playing, maybe they might be a steal playing the bunt. So Jonas is going to come in now from the first base side. Garland Parker is even with the bag as Walker does indeed square around for bunt, but doesn't miss it. Doesn't make any contact as that curveball drops in for a strike. Now we're going to see if Mr. Pierre decides to keep the bunting on for Mr. Walker, as Mr. Brennan's going to step off and try to keep Mr. Brum honest just in case he tried to get an early jump. So Brennan comes set, kicks, fires, the ball's going to be hit. Ball's going to get down, has a play at first, but it's going to be tough. Tough play from Elijah Bennett trying to throw off his back foot, but wasn't going to get the speedy Walker. So Walker's going to be awarded a base hit off the bunt. So now that's going to load the bases now for the first baseman, Ashton Inman. Inman is 2 for 3 on the day. Inman, first pitch swinging. This ball's going to be past the diving Jonas. Is going to get into the outfield. Getting it in quickly is Michael Smith, but 1-1 will come around to score.
Next at bat.
So Inman picks up his third base hit of the day. And his third RBI in the contest. So now it's going to make the score 6-3, and Mr. Happy Mason wants to talk things over with Mr. Elijah Brennan. And we're going to step away just for a quick break, and we'll be right back after this. Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as quickly Mr. Elijah Brennan gets to Mr. Bennett. He's ahead in the count after the meeting from Coach Happy Mason. This next 0-2 offer is going to be fouled away to the right side of the field. It looks like it fell into play, but Jonas didn't have a play on it. So now the count will remain at no balls and 2 strikes to the Tigers left fielder, who is 0 for 3 on the day. The right fielder, who is 0 for 3 on the day. And he's early on this one and fouls it to left side of the field. Gotta keep the count at no balls and 2 strikes now. Jalen Bennett's trying to pick up his first hit in this contest as he takes the 0-2 offering and then misses low and away outside for ball number 1. Bases are loaded here in the top of the 7th inning. Grambling do have 1 run, and Bennett's ball's going to hit. This will be off the wall, and playing it off the wall is wise, as only 1 run is going to come around to score. So Pierre is going to hold up the Speedy Walker at third because they had to tag up for a second, but the ball kept carrying and hit off the wall, but played nicely off the wall by Wise to only allow a 1 run in. So now it's going to make it 7-3, and Bennett gets his first hit on the long single. Still no outs here in the top of the 7th inning, as Brennan's first pitch to the designated hitter Julian Murphy is in for a strike. Now infield in for the Panthers. His next ball is hit, bound straight back for strike number 2. No balls and 2 strikes now to the Tigers' designated hitter. Infield in for the Panthers. Trying to see if they can at least get 1 out and not picking up another run. So Mr. Brennan steps off the mound, trying to see if him and Mr. Lathan can get on the same page. Eli working from the stretch, and he gets a huge out number 1 and is going to retire Mr. Julian down for his second strikeout on the day.
Jose Vargas.
So now it's going to bring up the shortstop, number 13, Jose Vargas. Jose Vargas comes in 1 for 3 on the day. Batting from the left-hand side. We got safety squeeze. Going to be fouled. So there is a stoppage in the play right now. So the umpire was indicating that there was time on the play. So the umpires is trying to get things situated right now. So break it down to you what happened. The ball was wanted by Jose Vargas, and it came back onto the plate. And they're trying to say that the ball should still be fair, but the home plate umpire called time to indicate the foul ball. So after discussion, it is going to stand as a foul ball. So it's going to remain 1 out with count now is no ball and 1 strike to Mr. Jose Vargas, and now we got everything cleared up. We're set to go here. Brandon working from the stretch, kicks, fires. This one misses, low and away, even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Corners are still in for the Panthers, but up the middle in double play depth as Brennan's 1-1 offering is going to miss high for 2 balls now to the Tigers shortstop. Brennan's just a ground ball away from getting out of this inning with minimum damage done. Comes set as a safety squeeze, and this ball's going to hit Mr. Vargas. It was a safety squeeze.
It hit it.
So it's a dead ball.
It hit the guy.
Hit by pitch.
It hit it. What was going on anyway?
So now it's going to bring up the catcher, Marcellus, who is 0 for 1 on the day right now. Excuse me, correction, 0 for 2 on the day with the walk and a stolen base. So now the score is 8-2, 8-3 here in the top of the 7th. Mr. Brennan's first offering to Marcellus is taken away for ball number 1. Marcellus takes ball number 2 now. Two balls and no strikes now to the Tigers' set catcher. Next one is hit to the right side of the field, trying to make a play on it. Is making the play on it. It's Mike Smith, and he's going to quickly get this one in, but tagging up from third is Mr. Ashton Enos. He's going to come in to score on the sacrifice fly to right field from Marcellus, and now it's going to bring up the center fielder, number 1, Martavius Thomas. Martavius Thomas is 0 for 2 on the day right now with the walk. So now the 9th batter in this inning. Martavius takes a ball. It's going to be called for a strike on the inside corner, and make it now no balls and 1 strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Brandon leading by a score of 9-3. Runners at first and third. Martavius swings. He's going to foul this one away. Third base dugout. Now he's down to the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Small lead for Mr. Vargas at first, as Martavius takes a hack at this one just to stay alive. Fouls it back. Keep the count now at no balls and 2 strikes. Sorry, correction, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brendan working from the stretch, comes set, Vargas is on the run, left and decides to throw, and this ball's going to be missed by Isaac Davila. You can see that Davila took his eyes off the play. And could have retired Mr. Vargas trying to steal second, but Bennett's going to come around to score. And now Vargas is up at second. So this one's going to be hit. Third base, Garland Parker's making the play. The ball's going to be high. And that ball's going to sail and have Jonas off the bag. So now that's going to be a E5 on that. And the runners advance. Vargas to third, Thomas to first on the E5. So now it's going to bring us back to the top of the order. Number 2, Tiger Borum. Borum is 2 for 4 on the day. Singled earlier in the 7th inning. Brennan picks off over there at first base. Tried to see if we can catch Thomas leaning, but Thomas is back in safely. So now, work from the stretch on the run is Mr. Thomas, but he's going to have that base stolen safely with ease. So no throwing attempt. So now, there's a second and third now for the leadoff header. Batting from the left-hand side. Comes set, does Brennan, and fires in a strike on the inside. So now make the count now, 1 ball and 1 strike now. On deck 4. The Tigers. It's the third baseman, Cameron Buford. Buford is 1 for 2 on the day with 2 walks and a home run. So 10-3 lead here for. And this ball's going to get over Michael Smith's head, and Burrow's going to be in to second with the bases clearing double. So now it's going to bring up the third baseman, Cameron Buford. Grambling extends their lead now by a score of 12-3 over the Panthers. Cameron Buford getting his second swing in this inning as he takes Mr. Elijah Brennan's first pitch out for a ball on the outside. Mr. Brennan comes set. And he just does a turnaround pick off, but no throw. Panthers just 1 out away from getting out of this inning. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Comes set, kicks, fires, and this one misses outside for ball number 2. Buford batting from the right-hand side. Doing some dancing out there was Mr. Burrow to try to get Mr. Brennan off. And it worked a little bit and misses low now. 2 balls and no strikes. And Mr. Brennan drops in a breaking ball. And gets a swing and a miss. And Buford was swinging. Looked like he took a big home run swing right there and had him out in front now. Now Braden comes set, 2-2. This one's going to miss, low in the dirt, but nice block by Derek Lathan. So now it's going to make the count full, and 3 balls and 2 strikes now. We're going to see if Mr. Broom decides to take off here, and he gets a big jump, and he does do just that, as this ball is going to miss inside for ball number 4. And Mr. Buford gets his 3rd walk in this contest. And now it's going to bring up the second baseman, number 7, Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker is 1 for 4 on the day. Batting from the right-hand side. This ball's going to miss high and inside, and Kyle Walker just has to duck to get out of the way. But avoids any serious injuries right there. Now look at the count at 1 ball and no strikes. And he's actually in the Panthers bullpen right now. There's a pick off a tempo over at the first base, but back in safely is Buford. So now Elijah Bennett comes set. Another pick off a tempo over at the first base, but back in safely is Mr. Buford. Warming up for the Panthers is number 35, Marcus Thomas, right-hander. That's Elijah Bennett's next offering misses high for ball number 2. 2 balls and no strikes now to the Tigers' second baseman. On deck for the Tigers' first baseman, Ashton Inman. As this 2 offering from Brendan's in for a strike to make the count now at 2 balls and 1 strike. Comes set, kicks, fires, misses outside now. Make the count now 3 balls and a strike now. On deck, first baseman is 3 for 4 on the day, but this next offering from Brendan is called for a strike. Walker thought it was ball 4, halfway made his way down there at first base, but had to come back now. Look at the full count now, as this ball's going to be hit up in the air and trying to make a play on it. Making the call is second baseman Lee Allen, so that's going to retire the side on the F4. But the Grambling State Tigers do pick up 7 here in the bottom of the, the top of the 7th inning. Only go to the bottom of the 7th.
For Grambling State.
Grambling 12.
6 hits. 1 error.
The Panthers 3. You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, home and the voice of student athletics. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen.
Shortstop, number 7. Isaac.
Up for the Panthers be the shortstop, number 7, Isaac DeVilliers. And back out there for the 7th inning of work is number 5, Mason Martinez. Now has a hefty lead to work with, and he's first pitch in strike 2. The Panthers shortstop. DeVilliers is 0 for 1 on the day so far with the walk, as Martinez next pitch misses outside for a ball. Make the count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Next one is in for a ball. 2 balls and a strike now. From the wind-up, kicks, misses, low and away. Make the count now at 3 balls and a strike now. Now, comes set, kicks, fires, offers a strike now. Make the count full now. to the Panthers 9-hole hitter. And he takes a strike 3 on the outside corner, so DeVille goes down on strikes.
Right fielder, number 44.
So now it's going to bring up the right fielder, number 44, Michael Smith. Michael Smith is 1 for 3 on the day. So Martinez has settled into this game. His first pitch strike once again now. Comes set, kicks in, another strike. So now, quickly ahead is Martinez on Michael Smith now. No balls and 2 strikes. Martinez wise. And this is just an excuse me by the stay alive swing by Mr. Smith. Fouled away to the right side out of play. Keep the count now at no balls and 2 strikes. Set, kicks. Almost grazed Mr. Smith on the inside, but just did not. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Smith batting from the right-hand side. And this one's going to be a swing and a miss. And Mr. Smith's going to go down on the breaking ball on strike 3. So now it's going to bring up center fielder, number 16, Garrison Wise. This one, next pitch misses just a little bit, according to the home plate umpire for ball number 1. And now Mason comes in and fires a strike right down the middle. You'd have to come back, play 1 ball and 1 strike. Quickly working now. Fires just a ground ball. It's going to be rolling to the hole is Mr. Walker to retire Mr. Garrison Wise.
Bottom of the 7th for the
4-3 put out.
There were no runs. No
So
hits, no
now
errors, and none left on base.
it's going to take us to the top of
Your
the
score.
8th inning.
Grambling State 12.
Panthers go down
Grambling,
1, 2, 3.
3.
Grambling on State on top by a score of 12-3. You are listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, as we do have a new pitcher in for the Panthers.
First baseman number
Will
21.
be
Ashton Evans.
number 35, DeMarcus Thomas. Thomas is getting his first work in the conference play right now, as his first offering is in for a ball to the leadoff batter this inning, and that is the first baseman, number 21, Ashton Eamon. Eamon takes ball. Make it count now. 2 balls and no strikes. Marcus, right-handed pitcher, misses high. Marcus, right-handed pitcher, 6 foot. Freshman out of Katy, Texas, from Sealy High School. Marcus comes set, fires and misses. So 4-pitch walk issued to the Tigers' first baseman. So now it's going to bring up a pinch batter, pinch hitter, I should say. Number 8, Trevor Hatton. Trevor Hatton's going to come in to bat for Jalen Bennett. And he takes first pitch strike from Thomas. So it's going to be a chopper that's going to get over in the 4-3 hole. And this ball's going to get by Michael Smith. And runner's going to advance a bag. So now it's going to be an E9. And the runner's advancing. So
Number 10. Julian Murphy.
Ashton Eamon advances all the way to third. And Hatton's going to advance to second off of the single. So now it's going to bring up the designated hitter, Julian Murphy. Murphy is 1 for 3 on the day as he's first pitch swinging. This ball's fouled away to the right side, but out of play. Now make the count. No balls and no strikes now, 2. Excuse me, no balls and 1 strike now, 2. The Tigers' designated hitter. We're second and third here in the top of the 8th inning. Gremlin on top by a score, 12-3. So Marcus' first next offering is going to miss outside for a ball. Evened up the count now at 1 ball and a strike. Next one is ball's going to miss outside once again. Make the count now. 2 balls and a strike now. 2. The DH hitter, he takes a pump at that one, but is in for a strike anyways. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. 2. Mr. Murphy. Mr. Murphy's just going to take that one outside. Now, make the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Next one is a foul ball out of play to the right side. Keep this thing full count. Marcus comes set. Kicks. 3-2 offering. The ground ball is hit off the middle. It's going to be hit off of DeMarcus. This one's going to get into the infield. Excuse me, to the outfield. And Wise just throws it back in. 2 runs are going to come in to score. So Mr. Murphy gets his second hit of the contest, and now it's going to bring up the shortstop, number 13, Jose Vargas. Vargas is 1 for 3 on the day with a hit by pitch and a stolen base. Takes this first pitch offering from DeMarcus in for a strike. Make it now. No balls and a strike now to the Tigers shortstop. Small lead over there for Julian as Vargas did for a second score out, but pulling it back for ball number 1. Marcus 1-1 offering is going to be taken high for ball number 2. Marcus comes set. Kicks, fires, misses outside. Ball number 3. 3 balls and a strike now to Mr. Vargas. On deck for the Tigers, 28, Chris Marcellus. Someone is taken for ball number 4. So Vargas is going to be awarded first base with the walk.
Number 28, Chris Marcellus.
So now it's going to bring up Chris Marcellus, and when Coach Antoine Riggins is going to make the walk out to the mound, as we will have a pitching change, so we're going to step away when we're back. We'll be back here in the top of the 8th. Grambling on top by a score of 14-3 over the Panthers. You are listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to Tankersley Field Stadium, as we do have a new pitcher. That is number 40, Danny McKay, right-hander, out of Cypress, Texas, as this ball is going to be a ground rule double that was hit into the gap by Mr. Marcellus.
Now coming back.
So now,
number 3, track around.
It's going to bring in 1 run. Mr. Junior come around to score. Vargas makes his way to third. And that's going to bring up a pinch hitter now for the Tigers, number 3, Terry Burrell. Terry Burrell, the third, takes strike number 1. Breaking ball from Mr. McKay is taken away for ball number 1. Make the count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Ball's gonna be hit up the middle safely and coming around to score. It's going to be from second, Marcellus. So Mr. Terry comes through with a base hit, with a pinch hit, double, single, advancing to second off the throw from Garrison Wise from center field to home. So now it's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, number 2, Tiger Burrow. Burrow is 3 for 6 on the day. Should be 3 for 5 on the day. Swings at this one, and this one's going to give him Michael Smith. It's going to be off the wall, and going to come around to score is from second. It's Mr. Terry, and Mr. Burrow's going to be in with this second double of the day. No outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Score is now 18-3 now for the Tigers. Now it's going to bring up third baseman Cameron Buford. Buford takes ball number 1. Craig working from stretch. Comes set, kicks, fires and misses outside for ball number 2. 2 balls and no strikes now to Mr. Buford. Buford is 1 for 2 on the day with 3 walks. Sets, and this one's going to be fouled straight back. Make the count even now at ball and strike now. Should be 2 balls and a strike. Swing foul. Third base dugout. Make the count even now. 2 balls and a strike now. McKay comes set, kicks, fires, and this one's going to be fouled down the left field line. McKay, little side winder here. Not the traditional over the top reliever. Comes set, kicks, fires, in for a strike. Buford's going to go down on strikes looking for the first out here in the top of the 8th. Now he's going to bring up the second baseman, number 7, Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker,
number 7.
Kyle Walker. 1 for 5 on the day so far. Kyle Walker is the 9th batter in this inning. Now this first pitch is in for a strike. Walker batting from the right-hand side. Okay, comes set. This ball's going to be fouled straight back. Now, quickly ahead is McCain on Walker. No balls and 2 strikes. Comes set, kicks, fires, and going to retire Walker down on strikes. So now,
next at bat,
it's going to bring up number 21, Ashton Eamon. Eamon is 3 for 4 on the day with a walk and 3 RBIs. First baseman comes in, batting from the left-hand side, takes a swing at the first pitch, and this one's going to be foul. Going to go into the Panthers bullpen. It's going to be the first ball. No balls and no strikes. Craig comes set. This ball's going to be hit in the air, trying to make a play on it. It's going to drop for a hit. And Eamon's going to be awarded second on the double. So Morrow's going to come around to score. Eamon's going to advance to second on the double. So now it's going to bring up number 8 now, Trevor Hatton, who had came in for Jalen Bennett earlier this inning. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. The score is now 18-3. This ball's going to hit off the end of the bat and be popped up and going to be received by Jonas for the F3 put out. So it's going to take us now to the bottom of the 8th inning. And the Panthers trailing by a score of 19-3. You are listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics.
First baseman, number 26.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as Mr. Burrows is first pitch swinging and grounds out to Walker for the 4-3 put out. So now it's going to bring up the first baseman, Marshall Jonas. Marshall Jonas takes the ball, even at the count now. 1 ball and 1 strike. So now Martinez is still out there. This ball's going to be hit over to Burrows once again. To Burruff, and Burruff is going to retire Jonas on the 5-3 put out.
Number 24, Tyron Norris.
Martinez is 1 out away from pitching his second complete game in conference. Now he's going to bring up the designated hitter, Tyron Norris, and Tyron Norris is going to chop this one over to Mr. Burruff once again.
Your final score,
a 5-3 put out.
19.
So that's going to end game 1. Grambling coming out victorious by a score of 19-1. 19-3. The winning pitcher is Mason Martinez. The losing pitcher is Michael Dewes. And we'll be back here tomorrow for game number 2. First pitch is supposed to be scheduled at 2 o'clock here at Prairie View University. I want to thank you for tuning in for this coverage. I am Philip Prince. Until then, we will see you on the other side. Be blessed.